All right, welcome in everybody. Merry Christmas Eve, and happy holidays to all who celebrate. So glad you could join us for this third edition of the Turf Tapes. Let me get that straight. This has been a ton of fun to do so far, and we've got ourselves a doozy of a game lined up here for you this evening. But before I introduce our guests, please make sure you're following Off the Wall on all of our socials. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter. And make sure you're subscribed to YouTube, Twitch, no matter where you're watching this from. We're streaming this live to YouTube. We're streaming this live to X/Twitter. And then we're streaming this live to TikTok or Twitch as well. So every like, subscribe, follow, it means a lot. And we're able to get some positive momentum going on some projects behind the scenes. So appreciate all the love and support so far. But enough of the plugs. Let's get into the good stuff. Let's introduce our guests for the evening here. Let me get my interface all locked in. Here we go. Oh, there they are. They are Grand Rapids Rampage super fans. They are sickos for the sport of football. They are from the World of Football podcast and YouTube series. Adam and Randy Snow, everybody. Guys, how are we doing?
Great. Glad to be here.
Fantastic. Couldn't be happier that you chose us to be a part of a Rampage game. It's like 2001 all over again.
All over again. When I was coming up with the concept for the Turf Tapes, I specifically had you two in mind to come on the show and be a part of it because I was like, I need to pick these guys' brains about the Rampage, their fandom, how it started. Like I love the super fan aspect of indoor and arena football. So I'm excited to get going here. But before we get started with the game, I do have one more piece of business we got to take care of. And we have an AF1 hoodie to give away. So in case you missed it, we had a giveaway on Instagram, and we're going to be announcing the winner live right now. So let me get this pulled up. I got all the people who entered on a wheel here. And just so everyone knows, there's no nefarious activity here. We're going to spin it, and we're going to see who wins live on the live stream here. So I will say, full disclaimer, Adam entered this contest here. So there is a 1 in 23 chance that this wheel falls on Adam right now. And quite frankly, that's my doomsday scenario with him being live on the stream right now.
I'm already claiming I'm disqualified. I made sure to change my little header down here.
So big thank you to all who participated. And we've got everyone who followed the instructions on this wheel, and we'll determine the winner here. And I will reach out via DM to get some information from you. So it's totally random. No idea who it's going to land on. Let me shuffle it a few times just so everyone knows. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And 3, 2, 1. Let's spin it.
Not me.
Let's see who we got here. Yankee Tiger 70. Yankee Tiger 70. Big shout out to Yankee Tiger 70. I believe he's an Albany Firebirds fan, so I would imagine he's going to get an Albany Firebirds hoodie, but we'll see how that works out. So big congrats to Yankee Tiger 70. If you don't reach out to me, I'll reach out to you after the show, and we'll get you that hoodie. So big congrats, and thanks again to everyone who entered. It was fun being able to see some people tagging their favorite teams and getting in the mix with all that stuff. So as mentioned on socials earlier today, we are watching ArenaBowl XV between the Nashville Cats and the Grand Rapids Rampage. No spoilers in the chat, please. No spoilers. We're watching this all for the first time. Well, some of us are watching it for the first time. Some of us on this live stream. There. Yeah, I was about to say, some of us on the live stream lived it in the flesh. So I'm sure we'll have some stories there. But one of the reasons why I wanted to get you guys on for this game in particular is, like you said, you were at the game. So tell me about the lead up to the game itself. Like, how exciting was it, and what were some of your biggest takeaways from it?
Well, it was really exciting. That whole season was just really exciting. 2001 was the first year that they added Clint Dolezal as their quarterback, and I had gone to a couple of games in 2000. And it was really the team was okay, but when they brought in Clint Dolezal as quarterback, it was amazing. He was fantastic, and I just knew this team's really got something because he was awesome, and they just charged through the regular season and the playoffs, and to host an Arena Bowl in the smallest venue in the league at the time, Grand Rapids, Michigan, was something else. And to be there for that experience, up until this year, that was the greatest football experience of my life, being at the Arena Bowl in 2001. Only been surpassed by Adam and I going to the Lions playoff game against the LA Rams back in January this year. That's the only thing, the Arena Bowl 15, from being the highlight of my football life, really.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I remember distinctly because I was doing the 2001 season. I was 12 years old. I'm 35 now, so I hope that math adds up. But I'm pretty sure I was 12. And I remember Dad had season. That was the first year he had season tickets. So we had 2 seats, and he usually would take my uncle, and I got lucky to go a couple times during the season. But I remember him coming home after that. It was a preseason game they had at home against the Nashville Cats. It was their second last preseason game. He came home and he's like, they got a new quarterback this year, and this dude. He's like, this dude is special. I forget his name, but he's special. And after that moment, we never forgot the name of Clint Dolezal ever again.
That's amazing.
And it was a magical season. It really was. And the playoff games leading up to the Rampage, even making it to the Arena Bowl, were absolutely crazy as well. Like, if you ever get a chance to watch those games, Trey, I'd recommend those. The Firebirds Rampage game that preceded this game was insane. I didn't get to go to this game. I remember watching that at home while Dad got to go to the game.
Unbelievable.
Nuts.
Casual 153 points scored. What?
It was something else. Like, and we've seen some shootouts in that arena. Van Andel hosted some really good games. So I'm so happy that they got to even host an Arena Bowl. It's something that we advocate for when we hear about the Arena League starting back up and all that. Like what you're about to watch is exactly what we advocate for, because it is just so special for that home venue if you get to host that game. And you happen to have the number 1 team in the league that year.
Yeah, the home team hosting, it just adds another dimension to it. Like, I understand the neutral site logistics. Like, I get why, but there's nothing like having a packed arena, and it is a true Lion's Den type situation where you're walking in there, you're like, oh, like, this is a true road game, but this is for the league championship. And it kind of puts a little bit more emphasis on, like, hey, you want to win all your regular season games. Like, you want to be number 1 in the regular season. So we'll pull up the game here, but before I do, it's getting a little warm in my studio here, so I'm gonna take off. Hold on here. Oh, yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Dad, it's beautiful.
Whoa, much.
Trey. Oh, Trey. He's the one guy that bought the shirt, Dad. We finally figured it out.
He's the one? All right.
I'm the one. I've been plotting this bit for longer than I care to admit. I'm just going to say that. I've had this bit planned for a long time. But
it worked to perfection.
We're flattered, Trey. We don't shoot.
Did it all for y'all. So let's get this game going, and let's dive in here.
All right. Wasn't expecting that.
No, that's the last thing I was expecting. I secretly was fearing it was going to be a Nashville Cats jersey. I'm not.
No, I'm not that much of a troll.
I thought maybe you were going to have a Rampage shirt on like mine.
That was my second guess.
Yeah.
In 1987, an idea that began on the back of an envelope became reality when the Arena Football League.
Good old intro here. Justin Kelm from last week already chiming in here. Long live the Rampage. Bishop at QB.
Oh, Bishop was special. Bishop never got enough credit, I think. He wasn't on some great teams in Grand Rapids, but he was a heck of a player.
Right.
Yeah, we even followed him up to Canada for a while. He played for the Toronto Argonauts, and Dad got to interview him special up there at one point.
Yeah.
Arena football coverage. Go Rampage. I know he's a Michigan man himself, so AFC. He loves himself some Rampage.
Yeah, we keep hoping they're going to bring him back somehow, somewhere, some way, someday. I don't know, but we'll
Start
see.
rolling your quarters. Start rolling your quarters. Oh, no, Alec, don't age us. Man, 2001, I was days away from turning 7. No, don't do that.
Now, I admit, I thought that they did a real good job at broadcasting the games back then. Like these special one-offs that like ABC and them would do.
Right.
I always liked the presentation they did.
The graphics were always awesome. They were always sweet.
Yeah, I've always said that if you've never been to an arena football game or even an indoor football game in person, you don't know what you're missing because it's totally different watching it on TV as opposed to being there in the arena for a game like this.
Mm-hmm. And then going into this game, I thought Nashville, they lost that previous year to, oh, hey, there's my dude, Clint. What up, bud? Look at him. Look at that spiral. It's gorgeous. But no, I thought for sure, Nashville came in hungry. Like they had a bunch of fans. I remember us being outside, and there was a bunch of Cats fans. They were still bummed about losing the previous year to Orlando, and they were ready to go. Like make no bones about it. Andy Kelly at quarterback there for the Cats was something else. And then this tagline, I wanted to mention that. I remember that tagline way back then. Take the bull by the horn.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah, Andy Kelly's one of those players. You don't realize A, how long he played, and B, how proficient he was at throwing the ball. Like you go to Arena Fan and look at the career numbers. It's like he's slang it around. He was a player. Some familiar faces here. The Indiana Firebirds, for you Firebirds fans, looking at you this week in Arena Ball.
Brent Musburger.
Hi, Firebirds. Oh, okay. Bye, Firebirds. Yep. Yeah, we got Brent Musburger, we got Gary Danielson, and Lynn Swan. What a trio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mike and Mike did some games too in the Arena Football League at one time.
Yeah. Elway got announced as the expansion franchise. Adam, you were saying that was announced at the game, like before.
Yeah. What would eventually become the Colorado Crush? They just said John Elway and the Denver franchise coming. What was it? 2003 or 2002 that they joined, Dad?
I don't remember. It was either the very next year or 2 years later. I want to say it was the very next year, but I'm not sure.
We got a second. Andy Griggs.
Andy Griggs.
You big Andy Griggs guys?
I don't think he's stuck with me.
Not
gonna lie.
With his work.
All right, skippable. We'll skip it here.
I'm sure he did a fine job.
Look at
Here we
Trig
go.
and Bilzell.
Trig would rock those sweater vests, man. I love those.
You too. Yeah, so good.
I was so bummed when he went to Philly. Like he was in Grand Rapids for a few years, and then he went to Philly when they became an expansion team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that broke my heart, and that was painful to go through. Oh man, Pat's Perduto, woof. That brings me back.
Yeah, I watched some. I think it was '99. It was the Nashville Cats versus the Iowa Barnstormers. Absolute banger. Might have to bust that one out for turf tapes, but he was a great coach for Nashville. Like he found ways to stay in games.
Nashville was a great team before they ended up folding. They always put a good team together.
Yeah. I wish drama could avoid the Nashville franchise. It just seems cursed. Any iteration, it finds it. It's a magnet to it. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, I liked when they brought him back with Tim McGraw as the owner. I was really happy about that. I loved having the Cats around. Arena football didn't feel the same without the Cats and that cool cat logo either. That's why I was pretty bummed when they came back this last year, and it was just like, where's the cool cat? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, they kept it as a mascot, but not as the logo. Like what?
It was their secondary logo.
Who makes that a secondary logo? Come on, Cats.
That's a primary if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
You slap that on a helmet and you got gold. Even if you change the colors like they did, which I didn't mind. I like the new color scheme. But slap that on the helmet. Come on.
Oh, Michael Baker was inactive.
Oh.
Ooh, didn't realize.
Yeah.
You mean this Michael Baker? I've got his bobblehead right here.
We just teed him up for that without even knowing it.
Trey, you're going to be in for a long stream. I'm just going to let you know. Randy.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
All those rally towels. I'm sure we still got those.
That's one piece of memorabilia.
Do you have that rally towel?
Oh, a bar ball up the start?
I think they were rally towels. They were that or pom-poms. I thought I could have swore we had Arena Bowl rally towels, but I could be mistaken.
I probably have one, but I think it's in a box in the basement.
Hold on, look at that
But
stat.
yes, I do have one.
3,952 yards, 80 touchdown passes. Clint
8
Dozell was the
touchdowns.
GOAT, and I will hear no other blasphemy against
I'm
that.
telling you, he was lighting it up that year. It was incredible.
I was
mean,
watching, I think it was a Houston Thunder Bears game when he played for them a few years before, and he has a very aesthetically pleasing hike. Like there's just something about the way he hikes the ball. It's very soothing. Let's see if we can get one of those.
Just the way he would command the offense when he was out there, he was a
Yeah.
surgeon, especially that year in 2001. The way he would just orchestrate that offense, and they would just methodically march down the field. He would dink and dunk, but he would get it to his guy. But then when he needed to, he'd take a shot, and it would be one of the most beautiful balls you'd ever seen. Oh, Tony Bowick. Oh, Dad, there's a name I haven't heard in forever. Oh, Chris Avery in the backfield. God, I miss this team.
He's tearing up on us already.
God. And our seats for this game were actually in the direction they're heading. We were in that end zone they're heading towards. Because we had season tickets, but they were in the upper bowl, like at the 25-yard line. What were we, Dad? Like six rows up? They were great seats. Probably the best seats in the house.
It was the fourth row up in the upper deck. Yeah.
And it was perfect to see all the action going both ways.
Yep.
But for the Arena Bowl, he gave my uncle that ticket. And then we got 5 tickets, I think, or 4 tickets to sit in the end zone. So we're behind the left net, I want to say, that they're heading towards.
Yeah, I think we were right in the very back row because I was able to climb over the seat and go get some snacks during the game.
Let's go. Most important part of the game.
Yeah. No, we had family all over the place. My brother was sitting down in the front row about 5 yards up, and his daughter was up in the rafters with her boyfriend, and I think my brother-in-law was there, and I was there with 3 of the kids in the end zone. So we had family members all over the place in this game.
Love it.
And that place was hot. It was loud. I remember that place. That was the loudest I'd ever heard a Rampage game get. I mean, it was a sellout crowd. What they had 11,217 people at this game, which was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Van Andel crowd.
But yeah, up until the last couple of years, that was the lowest attended Arena Bowl ever. And now in the last few years, there's been a few that have been smaller for various reasons. But
right,
the brawl at the mall.
You're telling me there weren't 11,000 people at the mall, Randy?
Not that I counted, no. But
Mr. Boots on the ground. Yeah, were there 11,000 people there?
No, afraid not.
I mean, I went to go see what the attendance for the brawl at the mall was, and it was not listed. So
no, they didn't list any attendance. But
I don't know how you would even measure that.
Well, they did sell tickets to do a head count.
Yeah, raise your hand if you're here.
They did actually sell tickets to it. I bought a ticket and went and I paid for it and sat with I was with Indiana Firebird fans, but right over the next bleacher section was a bunch of Billings fans. So I got all of it. I heard everything.
And you requested my jersey so we could see you on the sideline there if you were watching the game. That bright red Rampage jersey.
Yep.
It's like a Where's Waldo.
So, some of the videos you can pick me out sometimes.
We'll have to go back and watch, see if I can find it.
And that was so Dad's been to that was your 3rd Arena Bowl, right, Dad?
3rd Arena Bowl this year, yep.
So you went to this one, Arena Bowl 15. What was the other one you went to?
It was in Cleveland. I don't remember the number, but it was in Cleveland, between Cleveland and Arizona. Cleveland, I think they were like they'd only lost 1 game all season long, and they were the heavy favorites because they were at home. It was in their stadium. But
don't spoil it if Trey wants to watch that game too, Randy. What are we doing?
The game's only 25 years old, Randy. Stop.
Exactly. God, stop spoiling it.
But
like when you spoiled the 6th Sense for me. Come on. I'll get to it.
All right, never mind. It was a nice close game, and I think it ended in a tie. There you go.
This week in Arena Bowl, I saw Randy at the game. Can't confirm. Touchdown, Rampage.
Terrell Shaw. Heck yeah.
He was a great wide receiver.
The Rampage had a bunch of great guys on that squad that year.
Yeah.
A lot of underrated guys. Guys I don't even think got the recognition like when the awards came around.
Right. Let's pull up the Arena fan page, see who got recognized.
I think a couple guys got second team All Arena. I think Brian Gowans was second team kicker, but then he won kicker of the year that year. That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's odd.
But Brian Gowans, another guy, he was an absolute weapon for the Rampage. Like in arena ball, the kicker's just as much as a weapon as any other position on the field.
Yeah.
We saw him do some great. He could usually hit the crossbar, whatever he needed to. We even saw him. I forget the game. He missed a field goal, recovered his own missed kick, and then ran it in for a touchdown, I think. That was awesome. Brian Gowans was awesome.
Did you go through the inflatable helmet outside?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that.
Missed opportunity.
like
We got to run it back.
I feel like that was in a different area. Like because we had a parking spot we would go to for every game. And we walked in the front door. I don't remember seeing that at all. So that must have been in a different area.
Yeah, we might have seen it outside, but we just went right into the game.
Kept it moving. I don't blame you.
Because you'd think with Randy, it's I got to stop and get my picture taken with it. Like there would be evidence of it if we did that.
There would be historical proof.
2001, there were no selfies back then, so yeah, you didn't have those opportunities like you do today.
The rare kick out of bounds by Brian Gowans.
Yeah, that'd be 1 point in today's game, right? Totally missing the net. I thought so.
Yeah, they just give him the ball almost at midfield, I think, back then.
Yeah, either that or 20. I can't remember.
This week in Arena Bowl says Tony Bowick, the Firebirds offensive line coach. I believe so. I believe that's the same one.
Yeah, didn't you? Yeah, now that I think about that, didn't you interview him at the Arena Bowl this year?
I don't remember if I talked to him. I know I talked to Gary Compton. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I think I did talk to Tony Bowick.
I think I remember watching that. Because I was like, oh dang, they found a Rampage player. Let's go.
Oh, fumble. Bowick was right there too. Bowick again playing defense 2 ways. God, I missed the 2-way play.
C-Dog checking in. What up, my favorite arena football YouTubers? What's up, C-Dog?
Hey, C-Dog. Yeah, C-Dog's a regular over there at the World of Football. He makes picks on our weekly NFL videos we do. So good to see him chiming in.
Yeah, that I agree with you though, Adam. The 2-way player, like that was part of the appeal for Arena Ball for such a long time. I understand the drifting away from it, but
yeah,
it's just make it at least 2 players. It doesn't have to be 6 players, maybe just 2.
Right. Yeah, there's got to be, because like some of these guys were just so special and could do both, go both ways, and
right.
It just takes a little bit out. Like when I think of arena football, I do think of the guys that would be on defense and they have to go play receiver, or a lineman that would have to block for his quarterback. Then he'd have to go get the quarterback. It was
right.
It does think, but I understand it. With the way the game is nowadays, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the fun of watching a game, is because you'd see a guy that's a great receiver and he's out there, making the defender look silly. And then after he scores a touchdown, he's got to turn around and be the defender for that guy. And he's not silly. That good of a defender. But the other guy, they're both good receivers, but they're not real good defenders. So that was the matchup. It was really, really something to watch. And like all your linemen, they never came out of the game. They were there.
No, they played every snap.
Fumble. Now we're on defense. So, but I always felt like that would be a good thing for these guys to get into the NFL, because not only could they play offense, but they could play defense. So, they knew both. And when you're playing both ways, you understand the game a lot more. You understand the technique of how to get past somebody, and you understand the technique of how to keep that guy away from your quarterback. So I thought that was great training for them, but you didn't hear of a whole lot of linemen going to the NFL.
Dang, that was a heck of a catch.
What a catch.
Heck of a catch. But you know who could use some two-way guys, guys who could play offensive line and defensive line? The Detroit Lions. We're pretty banged up. If you guys can send some two-way players our way to finish out this Super Bowl run, we'd be greatly appreciative.
If you're 6'4", 300, report to Detroit now. They'll find a way to use you.
Oh, Dan Campbell will definitely find a way to use you. Man, what a heck of a catch.
They seem to be able to find the right guys in Detroit.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about our Lions. We're here to talk about our Rampage, baby.
Hey, you've been talking about the Lions. Can't I talk about the Lions?
Okay, I guess that's fair. Sorry, boss.
Oh, look, there's an extra point. Why don't you pay attention to the game now?
I am. Did you not see this cat? This cat was incredible. Like, as much as I wax poetic about Clint Dolezal, Andy Kelly did the same. He also threw a beautiful ball.
He was throwing it, man. Pull up Andy Kelly's career numbers.
Oh, that guy. There was a guy at every game that had that stinking air horn, and God bless him for showing up to this game too. Or her. I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
Andy Kelly finished his career with a casual 42,519 yards and 809 touchdowns. So,
yeah, that's 809 touchdowns more than you threw.
Yep.
164 interceptions. So, decent ratio. What was that? That's like a 5-1. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I liked Andy Kelly. Not this day, but I did like Andy Kelly.
Oh yeah, they were the enemy coming into our territory.
God, look how quick he got that off.
Every time I watched the Rampage growing up, I thought they just stole the Buccaneers uniforms. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did you guys ever get that or from opposing fans?
No,
not really.
Because it was like the red jersey, the pewter pants, like the black helmet's obviously different, but the red and pewter, I was like, that's pretty similar.
I could see that originally, yeah, because when they first came into the league, we didn't see our first Rampage game till 2000, and they've been playing since, what, 99?
98.
98. Oh, yeah, duh, because that's why I got 98 on the jersey. Duh.
There you go.
But, no, like they started off with the pewter helmet, so I could see where maybe early on they got those comparisons, but once they went away from the pewter helmet.
Yeah, if they would have kept the pewter, they'd be sending a cease and desist immediately.
Yep. That's the pewter, and then they went to the black helmet.
Oh, look at him!
He's got props,
Folks,
everybody.
He's a professional. Look at him.
98, 99. Then in 2000 they went to this one, and then the last season they went to that one, more of a silver helmet.
I never realized.
Silver helmet for the last. Yeah, they wore the silver helmet for the last 3 or 4 years.
I think it was only the last one or two seasons.
It was a couple of years because McEwen was the coach for one of those years. And then we had Steve Tunn the last year the Rampage were around in 2008. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
nice full-size version.
Adam and Aaron got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago. I could not believe this. This is one of the greatest things I own. It's a game-worn helmet from the Rampage.
Really?
Yeah. It's got the player's name in it, too. Devontae, let's see, Devontae Peterson. Devontae Peterson. Yeah, he played for the Rampage in 2008, and he was with the Kansas City Brigade in 2011.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but that was awesome. That was such a thrill. I mean, I've always wanted one. They saw one for sale online, and they got it for me for Christmas. I was flabbergasted. Yep.
The real question is, where are these footballs that have the ArenaBowl 15?
If anybody's got that ArenaBowl 15 football, send us a message. I would definitely love one of those balls.
Send it over. Let's go.
We'll find it a good home right here on my shelf. Oh.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on X, feel free to join the comments. We got a whole thread of comments here. Twitch too. All the comments all feed into one thing, so we'll share it on there. If you got questions for Adam, Randy, or myself, we're by no means experts, but we'll give some hot takes. I'm sure Randy has a hot take or two loaded in.
Randy is nothing but hot takes, Trey. I'll tell you what.
So if you got something you want to chat about, throw it in there. We'll talk shop.
this particular field is the field that they brought out for the ArenaBowl every year. And when they brought it to Grand Rapids, I think they started storing it somewhere in Grand Rapids every year after that. So they would take it to wherever the ArenaBowl was going to be, and then they'd bring it back to a warehouse around Grand Rapids. I don't know for how many years, but for a time that was being stored in Grand Rapids.
Oh, so Grand Rapids was like the hub for it. Interesting.
Maybe they had a warehouse that gave them a good deal. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's be real. That's probably what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not sure. Because I remember because at one point the Rampage would change their field, and I don't know if the franchise wasn't doing too hot financially because they busted this back out, if I'm not mistaken, right, Dad? Didn't they? For a year or two, they used this field instead of the Rampage's normal turf.
I think they did. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, I think they did use that for a while.
Because I was always a stickler. I love seeing the Rampage font in the end zone, and then all of a sudden, a few years down the line, they added it's an arena football, and I was like, why can't we get our end zones? But 15-year-old me or whatever at the time, money was a thing. I didn't know about money.
That Nashville did have two of my favorite old school players to watch, Darrell Hammond and Corey Fleming. Those two guys, I absolutely love watching them play. They are just both big physical wide receivers, and they play both sides of the ball so well.
Oh, Terrell Shaw again.
Terrell Shaw, noticing a theme here.
This was like a big not a coming out party for him, but because of the injury to Michael Baker and Baker not playing, that really allowed for Terrell Shaw to have, more of the spotlight. Because he was always he was like wide receiver 2, I'd like to say, during the season. And, what a beautiful, beautiful route.
Find the soft spot.
Right in the middle of 5 guys.
Burgers and fries?
Always thinking food, aren't you?
It's pulling up Uber Eats right now. You're getting me hungry.
And look at that, Sparky McEwen, who would eventually become the Rampage head coach right there.
Yep.
Current head coach. Where's he at right now? He's at Davenport University?
Davenport University in Grand Rapids. Yeah, he's stayed local, and he's been coaching college there for a while.
Big shout out to Justin. He clipped the moment I took off the hoodie and put it on Twitter.
Nice.
He clipped the unveiling. Big shout out to Justin.
Oh, is this one of those Bill Ford Tough commercials? Yeah. I know we're not here for the commercials, but
listen, when you go through and watch some of these old school games, you see some of these old commercials. It's like, I remember this airing. Like I remember watching this.
Yeah, I wonder if they had that Aaron's commercial that Terry Bradshaw did, where he's watching the Rampage on TV. I don't know if that came after the ArenaBowl or what year that was.
Rob, I feel like I saw that not too long ago. I feel like it might have been a Predators Force game I was rewatching, and Terry Bradshaw was all over that. Like every single break he was in there.
Yeah, because Aaron's was a big sponsor there for a few years.
Yeah.
Because I remember because Dad would, after this season, the 2001 season, we were season ticket holders. The next year is when Dad became how would you? It wasn't a beat writer, but you were like a Rampage.
I covered the Rampage for Arena Fan beginning in January of 2023.
2002, I thought.
Well, my first article was in 2023.
Oh, what happened here?
Randy, you do realize 2023 was 2 years ago, right? Or last year?
2003. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's why I was like, no. This is not correct.
Yeah. No, I covered them from 2003 to 2008 when the league folded, and then in 2009 I went to 3 different AF2 games because the AF2 their developmental league was still playing, and so Adam and I went to a couple of games in Milwaukee. We saw the Milwaukee Iron play, and I took my other 2 sons all the way to Oklahoma City to see the Oklahoma City Yard Dogs play the Corpus Christi Sharks. Wow. Because the Corpus Christi Sharks at that time were coached by Michael Trigg, and the Yard Dogs were coached by Sparky McEwen, who had also been a head coach of the Rampage. So I went down there and I talked to both of them before and after the game, and I wrote up an article for Arena Fan on that. That was awesome to go out there and see those two coaches again.
That's sweet. Corey Fleming dot right there. God,
yeah,
he was the best.
He was a guy, like, I remember just ripping my hair out all game long. Like, why can't we stop this guy?
he's so good.
And I can just hear myself in my 12-year-old, before my voice dropped a little bit, like just shrilly screaming that.
Oh, powers it in. Easy.
Yeah, we had Chris Avery, and then they had this guy. Good Lord. A couple of thumpers there. Grant, good Lord.
Yeah, Chris Avery was a beast.
Yeah, I loved having him. He was like the Rampage's Mike Allstott.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, 14-14 into the first. Looking like it's going to be a good one. So we got a good question here. Got a good question here from C-Dog. Says, question to Adam and Randy, what made you become Rampage fans?
Proximity.
Easy.
It was
exactly
exactly
put a team in Kalamazoo.
It was exactly 1 hour from our driveway to the parking lot at the Van Andel Arena.
Amazing.
But no,
like on the dot.
At the time, I was in the Air National Guard out of Battle Creek, down here by Kalamazoo, and a guy at the guard base put together a bus trip to the Rampage, and I hadn't really thought about going to an arena football game. I knew the team was there, but I hadn't really followed them too much. But he puts together this thing, got a bunch of tickets, and so I bought a ticket, and I think I took you, Adam, and a couple of your friends.
Yeah.
Didn't we all go to that game?
One of my friends. Yeah, we went to a game. 2000. It was against the Tampa Bay Storm.
Yes.
And we were hooked. I don't think the Rampage won that day, but we were just. It was exciting. It was electric. The mascot is one of the best mascots to ever mascotting. To be honest with you, Blitz. Oh, there we go. I didn't realize he was going to pull that out.
You mean Blitz, the Rampage mascot?
Not supposed to be a setup.
You're teeing them up way too easily. You got to make it hard on them.
It's like instinctual, accidentally. We've done 300 something episodes of a podcast together. It happens.
He's reading you like a book.
But we were spoiled with Blitz the mascot. He was seriously one of the coolest things. Yep. And whoa, there we go.
One play shot again.
Number 3, baby. God.
No, we went to
love
that
this team.
Game.
I'm sorry. I love this team.
Can I get a word in edgewise? No, we went to that first game, and the Rampage lost by the score of 74-54. They lost by 20 points, and it was the most exciting game I had ever seen in my life. And so before that season was over with, I went to a second game, and I took my brother Bob with me. And we're sitting there, and we're watching the game. I don't even remember who we saw that night. But halfway through that game, I turned to my brother, and this was his first time. He'd never seen or heard of arena football before. And I turned to my brother, and I said, what do you think about getting season tickets next year? And he said, heck yeah, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And so he and I bought season tickets the next year in 2001, and they go all the way to the ArenaBowl that year.
He was equally sold on the football as he was the cheerleaders coming out on Harley motorcycles pregame.
Yep.
That was their thing. It was awesome.
If you have to deal with one to deal with the other, so be it. It's a burden he must bear.
They did so much cool. Like Van Andel, underrated arena football, I think.
Yep.
For those who never got to go there, they did so much cool stuff. At one point, they would have a UPS truck back up into the end zone right beneath the goalpost and deliver the game ball to start the game.
That's
like
awesome.
Every home game for a year or two. It was awesome. You don't see that anymore.
It barely fit underneath those goalposts also.
And that end zone right there that you're looking at.
Barely made it under that.
Right there.
That's awesome.
Yep, to deliver the game ball. Yeah, they had all kinds of promotions. Local sponsors were just falling over themselves to advertise with the team because they were great.
Yeah, I love the more creative you can get with stuff like that, the better. Like there's so much opportunity to get creative there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, trying to hit Fleming.
Oof.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about arena football is every play can be a scoring play.
Yeah.
I mean, you catch a guy on a fly route, and if that defender's not right there next to him, it could be a touchdown in one play. I used to keep track of that when I was covering these games from the press box. How many one play drives did we have in this game? Oh, there'd be usually 2 or 3 where one play and it was a touchdown.
Yeah, a quick momentum thing. But real quick, as you were saying that, Jay Gruden resigned as Orlando's Predators head coach and will play quarterback after a 5-year retirement.
Yeah.
What other league, what other sport does this happen? He wins 4 Arena Bowls as a quarterback, wins 2 as a head coach, and he goes, you know what? Let me loosen this guy up. Get back out there.
I got a few years left in me. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Unbelievable.
God, those Cats helmets. I love those Cats helmets. I know, Dad, you got a mini helmet somewhere. I don't know if you got that ready to tee up too,
No,
but
I don't
Pull
have
it out
that
of his pocket. Yeah.
It's in the shelf behind the screen here. I
God,
didn't
so
pull
much
that
time.
one out.
Oh, JoJo Polk, man. There's another name.
Absolutely. Oh man, he was great too.
He had a heck of a game that day too, if I remember correctly. Oh, look at that.
If anything, that was
offensive
OPI.
PI.
Yeah.
Little offensive
that was
PI.
OPI.
Come on, Russ. What are we doing?
All right, what do we got here? 3rd down.
First down.
Lynn Swan on the sideline reporting. Love that.
Yeah, 6-1 at home. So I think one of the few games I got to go to during the regular season was that one loss because they started the season, they were 5-0, and they played the 5-0 Tampa Bay Storm, and they lost that game. So I was really afraid during the playoffs that they were going to have to face Tampa Bay again, but I believe it was Nashville that knocked them off. I can't remember. I was looking at the bracket earlier. I want to say it was Nashville that knocked off Tampa. I could be mistaken. It was them or Indiana.
Running back toss? No, he didn't get it. I think I can hear 12-year-old Adam losing it right now.
Oh, heck yeah.
Big 4th down stop. Oh, Triggs fired up.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he wasn't going nowhere.
Trigg used to be the quarterback of the Detroit Drive and won a couple Arena Bowls himself as a player.
Yeah, when I was talking with Gary Compton a few months back, he mentioned he played with Trigg a ton and even played with him and played for him. So, yeah, Trigg was in the game for a long time. Wonder what he's up to.
He's living down in Texas.
Oh. Almost.
Dad, when do you think the last time was you actually rewatched this Arena Bowl?
It has been a long time. Several years ago.
Hold on. The goat's on
quiet.
screen.
Clint's talking.
Quiet on set.
Andy Bailey's office has been really working the last couple of weeks, and we can control them and have 3 stops on that, and control their special teams. They've got one of the best in the league. I think we'll be in good shape.
All right,
That's the
3
man
stops.
right there.
3 stops. You heard the man.
And the bobblehead with the Arena Bowl.
Clint Dozel with the Arena Bowl trophy.
Spoilers, Andy.
Oh, crap. Flag on the play.
This week in Arena Ball says, if you're talking 2001, Nashville beat Toronto and San Jose. Okay. Indiana beat Tampa Bay.
Okay, it was Indiana. Okay. Appreciate that.
I love the gusto that this particular ref has when he calls penalties.
Yep. Oh, we need more refs like
You
that.
tell him. You tell him.
All about champions, ABC. Bring back the signs.
Oh,
I'm a
The
big fan of
Rage
the fan aesthetic too. Whenever they do like a shot to the crowd, there's just something about the mid '90s to early 2000s fan, like just the
Ooh.
aesthetic. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah, you didn't back in those days. You didn't see a lot of people, dressed up with face paint and weird costumes and whatever, like you do now. In later years, that was the rage in arena football. But at this
Right.
time, it wasn't quite like that.
Playing the ball when you're trapped on number 11. Decline the extra point. It's no good.
Folks, I want to go back to that play because when I saw people
man, Gowan's kicking it out of bounds on that other kickoff, then missing this field goal or extra point. Gowan's having an off day.
No, that ball, well, it looked like he hit the line and still had it in his left hand. There's no instant replay. I
I know he was forced down. Looks like that might have been down at the 1, boys, but they counted it.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Oh, go back. God, the same commercial. Yeah, here we go. Goins, kicker of the year. Yeah, okay.
And that would have been a deuce.
Yeah, I was about to say, did that go through?
Game. I believe it did.
The Firebirds mascot in the back.
They had
there?
all those mascots there.
They had all of them. Yeah.
Oh, the Rattlers, and I forget who the other one was. But yeah, I think they had just about
I
all
saw
the
the
mascots
cat.
there.
Yeah. I forget what they did with all of them, but I mean, we had just gone to the Grey Cup up and there goes the Avengers mascot right down there from the LA
There he
Avengers.
is right there.
But like the Arena Bowl should and was at that time, it was like a celebration of the Arena Football League. And we just went to Canada. We just experienced the Grey Cup for the first time for
Right.
the CFL, and that was another type of experience I've never had with a football league. It was just a complete celebration for the league itself. And that's kind of what this felt to me. It was like a celebration of the league, not just our team, but like
Right.
all those mascots were there. There were some other people there from other teams. I think they walked out other players for the awards and stuff. So it was a really nice celebration of the league, and to have that in Grand Rapids was such a cool atmosphere. God, this guy's great. I hope he's still reffing somewhere.
Get that camera right in there.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
the camera, the mic, mic'd up. You can hear everything.
how much of that was an influence from the XFL earlier that year? Getting the camera right up in there.
Probably a lot of it was.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious which came first. Like, did XFL peep that from AFL, or was it a little bit of inspiration prior?
Well, the
That's a good
XFL was started in February, and this Arena Bowl was in August of that year?
August 19th, 2001.
Yeah.
So we'll have to pull up a 2000 or 99 game, see if they're doing some of the same things.
Yeah, if you keep going back, Trey, you should definitely keep an eye out for stuff like that and see what kind of influence maybe the arena game had.
Oh, Andy.
Oof.
Was Baker a offensive specialist, or was he a wide receiver DB?
I believe he was a specialist.
I think he just played wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough. I remember being bummed before that game, knowing that Baker wasn't even going to play in that game.
Yeah, I'd interviewed some of these players. Some of these players after
Ran
the
it
game.
again.
Like Clinton Dozell was so tall. I've got a picture of me interviewing him, and he's like a foot and a half taller than I am. And Michael Baker was the same way. He's just very, very tall.
corner. I think he said flat by the inside receiver. Go
50 cat X post corner. All right, let's see what they end up doing here.
I bet it's a pass.
That's a safe bet. That's a safe one.
Hey, I was right. There you go.
Oh, Hammond. Couldn't get it. Nice little crowd shot, Van Andel. So you guys were like right here?
Yeah, you're actually right about there.
Hovering
Maybe
right
a little
over
to
you?
the right, but like right in there. I feel like that was where
very back row of the lower deck.
All right, so I'm probably right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're those little pixels right there, guys.
Enhance.
Over Nashville. I have to say that Nashville looks like they're taking the bait. They're trying to.
It wasn't too bad sitting behind the nets either. I mean, you could see just fine. You want
Yeah,
your
you
eyes
see
had
right through
adjusted
them.
to it. It was fine.
Yeah, I remember being very upset. I was like, "Oh, Dad, do we have to sit behind the net? I'm not gonna be able to see anything."
It worked out.
It wasn't that bad.
It worked out. It was not that bad.
Oh.
And that was a different perspective for us too. We never sat in the end zone for an arena game until then.
Right.
Gave you a whole new view of it.
Yeah. Not bad, but I always prefer, no matter what football I go to, I'm a sucker for the upper deck, as 50-yard line as you can, 25 in arena, 55 in Canada. I don't care. I got to be like right there. I want to see both ways. But Aaron, on the other hand, my brother, he will be in the offseason talking about what Lions tickets we want to get. And he's always advocating for the lower bowl. He wants to be down in there. I'm like, I want to see stuff. I want to be up top and see everything. Oh,
easy.
Man, too easy. Oh, flag. Take it back. Come on.
Well, that's the second one. Joseph Todd, their defensive specialist, has got beat. One on the post corner. Now on the post. Decline. Touchdown. Can't even tell Joseph Todd that Tyrone Jones runs about a 4.2 40. He's trying to hit them at the line of scrimmage.
But man, it's just how special this game is. Like in a moment's notice, you can be throwing up a touchdown pass, like. And for a minute, you think that maybe Nashville is like, oh, they're down 2 scores. That's going to be tough.
That's
not an arena ball.
Nothing. Yeah.
The game would change in the blink of an eye.
What is it we always used to say? You never leave an arena football game until it's all zeros on the clock, because I don't care if there's 10 seconds left, you don't get up and leave, because 5 things can happen in those 10 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, we saw that in 2024 across multiple leagues.
Right.
Like the Billings-Albany game. Was it Bay Area, Northern Arizona in the IFL? Northern Arizona was down by like 25 with 8 minutes left, and they came back and won on a deuce. it's like this sport is nobody's ever dead.
Right. That's why it's so that's why it's so great. I love it.
That last scene they just had where the guy was kicking the extra point, you could see the Rampage logo, and then you could see a banner, and I think that was for winning their division. Yeah. And so the next season they put the championship banner up there. That banner, as far as I know, is still up in the rafters at the Van Andel Arena all these years later.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, the Central Division banner. Yeah, I believe it is still there.
And the ArenaBowl banner.
What ArenaBowl banner? The game's not over with, Randy.
No spoilers, Randy.
That's why you're the worst. Randy, I can't believe you. That's why I can't take him anywhere.
Here we go. What do we got here? Love a little running back
Chris
wheel.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
All right, let's run that back. That was nice.
Yeah, you gotta see that. This is great.
Snuck him out. Look at the left.
It was so fluid.
The left guard kind of sneaks out for a pass too, so he had 2 options. Dang, that was nice. That was real nice.
So close.
Let me take a note of that timestamp. That's probably going to be a piece of content here soon.
You hear that, Randy? You're going to be content.
Yeah, look
Hey,
at this.
if,
The tight end goes up. Oh, he makes Daryl Hammond commit. Oh, that's so good.
And the amount you have to process that, like, Clint Dolzell was just right on top of it. He knew exactly where he was going to go with that. He saw it in an instant and just made that throw. That's why Clint Dolzell is the GOAT. I will hear no other blasphemy. Look at him. Ah, ooh. Somebody lost the helmet. And that's how we almost lost the GOAT. Because he decided to run it. But look at him. He just got right back up and is drawn right back at him.
He didn't run it very often. He wasn't really known as a runner.
And we see why.
Yes.
And now you know why.
Yeah, exactly.
He can throw it all day long, but don't run it. I don't care if you are 6'6".
Was that Spike in the front row for it? Yeah, Spike. Spike the Firebird messed up.
Oh, they sure did. Tough Texan, lean Texan, good all-around athlete. He won't give way. Does the toss to Avery.
Ooh, Avery. Almost.
Close. Look at the ref helping him up. All right, ref. Way to go.
What a guy.
The refs were not paid. I'm just going to let everybody know they were not paid to help us. I mean, they were paid, I'm sure. They were not paid to help us out. Don't
They
need
were
any
from
Kansas City
Kalamazoo.
Chief comparisons.
Some home cooking there. We know.
I will not confirm nor deny.
Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, they tried to leak the tight end out. Oh, Bowick.
That was another aspect I always liked. I liked the lineman that had to declare, and then you never knew. Like, it was rare sometimes, but man, when you got to throw to the big man, those are, oh my God.
Maybe one or two a game. Maybe.
Right, maybe.
There
Randy,
were some
put your
teams.
There's Michael
put your
Trey.
bobbleheads away. Good Lord. Gosh. We get it. You have a lot of toys. Come on, punch it in. 4th and goal.
Oh, they got it.
Oh, whew.
Oh, Green's not having it.
Oh, whoa,
Dolzell.
whoa, whoa,
Did
whoa,
Dolzell
whoa,
just
whoa.
flop?
Hold on. Dolzell does Trey. You better take that back. Dolzell does not flop.
He sold. He sold it.
I
He
will
didn't flop.
not
He
take this
sold.
slander, good sir. This man is an angel, and I will not stand for it, Trey.
Look at this guy waving the flag. Love it.
Heck yeah.
See, this is when arena football time math. Oh, he's got this.
He's like Carrot Top. He's got a never-ending bag
the car
of
flag.
toys.
He just has all the things. That's so good. Yeah, this is where time math gets very interesting in arena ball because, like,
Right.
do you onside kick here if you're Grand Rapids to try to gain a quick possession, like just knowing that Nashville's probably going to score, try to get it back, or do you try to play defense? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if they would or did, but I mean, they've done that before. Trick would do that quite often. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, the whole getting an extra possession thing was a real thing.
Yeah.
And that minute, the last minute of a quarter or of a game or the half in the game was always some of the most electric arena football gets.
Yeah.
Just absolute fireworks show.
Whoa. Little personal foul action.
Now, Isaac goes about 5'8", 175 pounds. Isaac does. I mean, Isaac is. Imagine that. McLean could toss this guy around 5 pounds.
I was going to say, look at the size comparison. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Dang.
Now, what's getting 21? They've touched the foot.
Hey, there's that Build Ford Tough commercial.
Again, take a drink.
Hey, they were a very good sponsor for the Arena League. They were everywhere. Like,
No kidding. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they'll have anything at halftime. We might bring that up in a little bit. I mean, we were talking beforehand, Trey, about who got an award from Built Ford Tough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll touch on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Polk again on the tackle.
The Ford family actually owned the Detroit Fury at one time.
College football gets underway this weekend.
Didn't know that.
We've got a couple of great matchups.
Yeah, when you're a preseason top 25 like Nebraska and Georgia Tech.
Oh, get out of here, Terry Bowden. Who cares?
We got 55 points already here in the final minute of the opening half. Here's Fleming.
Ooh,
Yeah. Polk again.
Fleming got stood up.
Yeah, I heard him saying something about JoJo Polk that in the game before this, didn't he get carted off the field after a hit?
It was scary. Yeah, he had a very – I can't remember if it was the game before or at some point during the season. He had a really scary incident on the field.
Yeah.
And they weren't even sure if he was going to play, whether it was ArenaBowl or ever again. And here he comes, playing in the ArenaBowl. Like
2 weeks later.
It was a great story. Yeah, it was a great story.
Oh, Jojo. There he is.
We said his name 3 times and he got that interception, guys. Like Beetlejuice. JoJo Polk, deliver him.
Yeah, he's a little excited.
Springing into football, checking in here. We here and locked in. Let's go. Welcome, springing in. If you're just joining us, I'm getting some broadcasting tips from Randy here. If you're just joining us, we're watching ArenaBowl 15 here with the Nashville Cats and the Grand Rapids Rampage. We're with 2 premier Grand Rapids Rampage super fans, as you can see, with Randy and his bag of toys, and I'm sure he's not even a quarter of the way through it. And Adam rocking his jersey. They're from the world of football. If you don't follow them already, what are you doing? Go follow them. Rocking the tee right here. Go give them a follow.
That's freaking beautiful,
on all the
man.
Socials. It's so good. Look at that. Casual 4 touchdown first half for old Clinton there.
3 more touchdowns than incompletions. That's very Jared Goff-like of him.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. That's why he's the GOAT.
Illegal formation 95. He was in the 2-point stage, being the snap. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5. Brent, Michael Trigg said the most important thing for his team to win this game.
Hey, Coach of the Year.
Yep. Trigg won
Coach
Coach of the
Trigg.
Year.
I think he's right. The crowd is really upset. The offense for Nashville.
Polk declaring.
First down. Dalzell.
Oh.
Incomplete. Was well covered by Carpenter.
Now he has as many incompletions as touchdowns, so it's embarrassing. Couldn't imagine.
Hey, it's only the first half. Let's cut him some slack, okay? But no, like I
Yeah,
believe during
He's just getting warmed up.
Yeah, no kidding.
ooh.
Defense. We have a twist or a nose pick on the middle linebacker.
A nose pick. He's got a twist or a nose pick on the middle linebacker.
Dude, he did not change his eye contact. He was looking at a point, and he did that whole thing without moving his head. He was not
Locked
about to
in.
look away from whatever he was
was
looking at.
Locked in.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he was looking for a camera, but that dude, unsung hero of this ArenaBowl so far.
Points Nashville has given up all year. Look at that, and they're on their way again with 34 points. And the
Okay, so that must have been – was that preseason game you went to, Dan? If it was June?
No, that was mid-season
Oh, mid-season? I don't remember playing the mid-season.
at Nashville.
Ooh.
Played Nashville 3 times that year. Wow.
Okay, dang it. I guess I don't remember that part. I distinctly remember him playing them in that preseason game because I was so mad I couldn't get to go to it.
Right.
But, I think Dalzell ended up being second team arena quarterback that year for the league. And, Dad, do you know who was number 1? Or Trey,
No.
either of you?
No.
No, I was going to ask you guys.
I believe it was Aaron Garcia.
That makes sense.
He did have a pretty good season that year. I believe it was also the same season that the New York Dragons had the 99-point game against the Carolina Cobras.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit the hundo.
No.
Look at this guy. What a resume. Look at all those championship games.
Gee, what a year. What a year and a half for that
Right.
Super Bowl, Arena Bowl, XFL, and then back to the Arena Bowl. Crazy.
All the stories I bet you he could tell you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Probably only championship. So he's won.
Ron Carpenter, defensive specialist.
Looking for a third here today, and if you want to get back to a big-time game, Coach Vermeil, call Carpenter. He'd love to play for you again. Let's watch.
Yeah, something about that guy. He just goes to championship games, so something about him.
They would have gotten the ball back if they had scored the opening drive. They'd be ahead by 1 point. This turnover negates the possibility of scoring and then would put Grand Rapids up by as many as 3 touchdowns should they score here. That's a huge margin in this game.
Yeah, exactly. And they've had 2 stops, Grand Rapids, already in this half.
Oh, little pump fake. Those
He throws it away.
souvenir.
I don't know if there was a hold on that or not. Might have gotten away with one.
Reminder what we've got coming your way here at halftime.
15 seconds. He's got time for about 4 more plays.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
true.
gonna say, geez.
The Arena League, why he's becoming a part owner of the new team that'll be placed out in Denver. And we see an awful lot of interest from the NFL.
Oh, look at that. A John Elway before he helped almost ruin the Arena League with John Bon Jovi.
Late this fall,
Oh, JBJ.
around the NFL.
He was Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift was born.
That's right. He was the Arena Football Taylor Swift. We had the over-under of 11.5 camera shots on John Bon Jovi in the first turf tapes. Hammered it. I think it was like 19 or 20. It was crazy.
Well, I don't think you're going to catch John Elway with a bag of anything in this particular game.
I hope not. If we would have, he probably would have never gotten a team. They would have said, nah, we're out.
Look at this
He's the
guy.
one that-
Consummate professional.
No nonsense.
No, no. Not on
Elway was
his
the
watch.
guy. Can I get a word in here? Elway was
Nope.
the guy that was responsible for doing away with the Iron Man concept, and that I did not like at all. I mean, I understand it, but
Typical
boy,
Elway.
arena football was so much better when it was Iron Man football.
But you do got to give it to him, though, Dad. He made a hell of a arena football commercials.
Oh yeah,
Those were
That's a
good. Those were really good. Yeah.
All right, I've lost track since we've gotten to 15 seconds. Is that 3 plays in 7
I think it was 3 plays in 7 seconds. Yeah. Some quick incompletions.
Like this is like doing a Michigan Northwestern game. Anthony Thomas will
Oh, no.
play. And I don't know if under the game. Nick Browns, and he will attempt.
All right, here we go.
Come on,
Kicker of the year.
Gowns.
Sneaks it in.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's good.
37-21 at half. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if they did it during the Arena Bowl. They must have, but right above that right net there was a Rampage logo, and whenever the Rampage score, the eyes would start glowing red, and smoke would be coming out of the nostril, like
That's
every
pretty
score.
sweet.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. I can't remember if they did that during this game, but at all those home games they would do that. They had their typical song they'd play, and
Right.
man, that was always awesome.
Yeah.
Going
This-
through
this-
the uprights. Quality stuff.
This was a little unusual for us because this wasn't really a home game for Grand Rapids. It was kind of a neutral site game or whatever, so they didn't have a lot of the same things that Grand Rapids would do during a home game. They
Right.
did away with that, and there was one point where they gave the crowd these big white thunder sticks because it looked really cool. Everybody knocking the thunder sticks together, but they only did it on one side of the arena where the camera could see it. So if you were sitting underneath the cameras where the press box was. Nobody had any thunder sticks, but everybody on the other side had thunder sticks.
Oh, nice little cost-saving move there. Good catch.
2-1.
Made it
Got it.
interesting.
Yeah, Goins was on the tackle.
Well, I mean, we're going to try the same thing. If he's getting 3 steps and getting it out, it's tough to get after him. So hopefully we will, and we'll change it up a little bit, change a few of our rushes a little bit.
That's always good. I hope we will. I don't know.
You can try,
Yeah.
but you can't do it.
All right, let's skip through some of this. Jason Alexander had another show after Seinfeld.
I had no idea.
No idea. No
I guess,
clue.
yeah, I'd never heard of that.
Bob Patterson. All right, we got to look it up. See, we're learning. We're learning today. All right, Terry Bowden. Nobody cares. Keep it moving. Here we go. Elway. What do we got?
Be involved on the football side as well as the business side and the corporate side. So, I mean, I would try to do everything. I don't have a lot of experience on the corporate side, so I would use this to get that experience. Well, you've got a couple of good partners. One of your partners owns the arena, and, of course, Pat Bowen, the owner of the Denver Broncos, would be one of your partners. Is John Elway looking to do more than just get involved with the Arena League, maybe segue into ownership in the NFL team?
Maybe ruin it?
That's kind of way off, but I think this is definitely starting to inform me, and it's something I want to do. I want to be involved in the game. I've been out of the game now for 2 years, and so it's exciting for me to have an opportunity to get back into the game, not only on the player side and the personnel side, but also on the other side.
All right, that's enough that way.
Gary halftime. Milwaukee Mustang wide receiver linebacker Gary Compton.
Here's the guy, Gary Compton.
Yeah.
Man of the year. The award was given in recognition of the unsung hero. He did all the
Look at Compton out there.
I remember that.
Man of the year.
And, the old commissioner, Dad. Why am I blanking on his name?
David Baker.
David Baker. I want to say Michael Baker.
I stood next to him on the field after the game, and holy mackerel, is that guy huge?
That's a big man. That's a big man.
Twice the size I am.
We went to the Hall of Fame a year or so ago, and he was there, like just standing in the lobby one time. That man was
nice,
ginormous. I wanted to go up and ask him arena football questions, but I figured I'd leave him alone.
Demonstrate durability, reliability, and be involved in their community. Like Ford Trucks, we're looking for someone who's very dependable. And this year's award winner is Gary Compton of the
Look at Gary Compton. Look at him.
Played through injury throughout the year, but you've demonstrated your toughness like Ford Trucks. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Great interview. Great interview.
And I believe, was it a year or two later, Compton would come to Grand Rapids for a season?
Yeah, I forget what years he was there.
I want to say it was 2003, like the last year they had Dolezal and that whole group together.
30 minutes left of your life right now. You got 9 months to be tired. Come on.
You got 9 months to be tired.
That's where Dan Campbell got it from, everybody. It was
he stole it.
Tony Boak.
Right now, the Rampage can smell it. But Nashville, a little disappointing. They dug themselves in the hole. No sacks.
Now, I don't know if we missed it. I think we were telling Trey beforehand that at some point here, right before the half, we must have missed. It's all good, Trey. But like we had this on VHS. We were watching it like a day or two after the game, and right after it came back from a commercial, or whatever. They kind of did a pan over the crowd, and we could see our uncle walking down the steps to his seat. Because we had just gotten to we like at halftime, we like ran around to meet him, and it was crowded in the foyers where everybody's getting food. So we went to go say hi to him during halftime, and then he walked down there. And little did we know till after the fact that he was on TV walking down there, and we were all, "That's Uncle Bob."
There he is.
The only person
Uncle
going
Bob.
up and down the stairs at that time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh, big hit.
So Shaw,
Decent
5 receptions,
start.
71 yards. Yo.
Decent start there. 6 possessions, 6 scores.
It's what you want out of your arena football. It's back and forth, And a term that I always liked because of arena football was the term stops. I like that
Yes.
term stops.
Love that. Yeah.
And you don't really hear that in any of the other leagues. I mean, I think maybe it's got a little more steam, but man, whenever I think of a stop, I just think of arena football and just how crucial it is to just get that extra possession or even just hold. In this game, you're holding them to a field goal because they can kick it from anywhere out there pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
Just how big that swing could be if you could just hold them to a stop.
Oh,
Let's see
got
that
him.
high motion man, too.
Walked right
Avery?
into it. Yeah, Avery.
How about that?
Wow.
The fullback with the sack.
Yep, he's a blitzing linebacker on defense and a fullback on offense.
Have I mentioned how much I love this team? Because I
Once
do.
or twice, yeah. You've touched on it, yeah.
I love this team so much.
Oh, they had him lined up at defensive end there. You see that? They had him on defensive end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 75 couldn't keep up.
He just speed rushed around him. Sheesh. Oh, 75. He doesn't know what just happened.
That's a big man.
Again?
Get it?
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
Into the boards that time. I mean, he was. Take a look at it. The fullback, Kelly, had to feel him on his feet. Perfect throw to the outside.
Caught. Wow. Ooh.
The boards never move. Hillary,
The boards never move. Yeah.
no place
No kidding.
no dance here because the boards are right there. The ball pops loose, but I think he had it before he hit the boards. He actually had it after he hit the boards, too. Jones is a motion man. They're going to run the big
Wow. What a run.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah, you don't see many 10-yard runs.
Yeah, that was. Once you get some momentum going, it's hard to stop.
Yeah. Oof.
5-yard line.
Man.
You guys would get a kick out of this. Let me see if I can find the comment here. Where was it? This weekend, ArenaBowl is currently working on arena football scoreagami. So he's going through all the box scores. He's keeping track. It is quite a project, but he just dropped a little fun fact here.
That's quite
He
the
said-
undertaking.
As of week 696, the most common scores in arena football history, 40-33 and 39-37. Some unfootball numbers. The
Well,
most
I'd
common
say
scores.
you are doing the arena lord's work, my friend. That is incredible.
No kidding. No kidding.
And I love me some scoreagami. When we discovered what scoreagami even was a couple years ago in the NFL, like I didn't realize how intricate that all was. And
It's commendable. Yeah.
there's a great NFL Films piece I found on YouTube about it. I want to say it was like 19 minutes long or something like that. It was I was utterly fascinated. I remember trying to show Randy, and he's just like, I don't do videos about math. I've been done with math since preschool.
Yeah.
Which explains
I
a lot.
I had algebra as a freshman in high school, and I never took another math class after that. Math
It
and I have never
shows.
been on speaking terms.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dude, Nashville had some big dudes.
They got some big guys on this team, man.
Like it's no secret why they were in 2 straight arena bowls. They could put some guys together.
In pro sport, we basically get to be the pro football product as a compliment in the fall to Michigan State, and the Lions. But our competition factors here with minor league baseball and minor league basketball give us an opportunity once in a while to be the national sport, and I think our players relish it. It's fun sometimes to be the big fish in the little sea.
Trying to make the most of it here.
Attaboy, Trick. Good little commercial for the brand.
Yeah, it was during this game. I think the phrase was coined about the Grand Rapids being the Green Bay of the Arena Football League,
That makes sense.
and that was a term we kind of wore with honor. Even though we were Lions fans and we hated the Packers, still hate the Packers, but that was a nice, fun little thing.
Yeah,
I
the
miss
smallest,
it.
the smallest town, but we still had a championship team, just kind of like Green Bay.
Yep.
And Grand Rapids, I think size-wise, is technically the second largest city in Michigan, which I don't know if a lot of people know about.
Really?
I believe so.
Huh.
Yes,
Yeah,
behind
I think
Detroit.
right behind Detroit.
Of course, yeah.
Just I think an area-wise or whatever, how they square mileage or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, math, not a snow strong suit.
I can see that. Runs in the family.
Buy
This
a
week on
calculator.
ArenaBowl with a spoiler. Why did Nashville move after this game? I don't remember. If you have to ask, the answer is probably a little bit of cash, a little bit of cash flow. That's 99 times out of 100. That's why.
Yeah, because it was after this. This was their last game as the Cats.
I think so. Yeah. Then they became the Force,
Georgia Force. Okay.
and then Nashville started back up.
Yep.
As its own standalone thing. Yeah.
Yep.
They jockeyed between Nashville. Oh, Shaw.
Is that 4?
That's 4.
And a flag on the play, of course.
Well, there were several NFL owners in the Arena Football League, and the owner of the Falcons owned the Georgia Force.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Ford family owned the Lions, and they owned the Detroit Fury. And there were a few others around the league. I don't remember all of them, but that was a big connection. They were hoping that we'd become like a feeder league to a lot of NFL teams.
It makes sense. It makes sense why they would think that.
Yeah. And there were several.
Looking on Wikipedia, it says, despite on-field success, unfavorable lease conditions led to the sale of the team and relocation to Atlanta in December of 2001. Interesting.
Comfortable throwing the guy you know is going to be open. Goins. Pulled it to the left, but it's good.
$44-28.
The Arena League record with 4 touchdown catches in the Arena Bowl.
Heck yeah.
Can he get number 5? Oh, crisscross, yeah. Wearing their pants backwards.
Dad, were you down with OPP?
No, not really.
He was a Humpty Dance guy. I know he was a Humpty Dance guy. Big time.
Now, I was waiting for the Spice Girls to come along.
All right, 16-point game, 9 minutes left in the third.
Anything can happen. Come on, Gowans.
Off the iron. Nope.
All right, Andy, make this thing competitive. Come on. Oof.
More laundry.
Corey Mayfield, that's a big boy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He's got the old school face mask too.
Yeah.
How can he see out of that thing?
The year after this game, the Rampage lost a game in the playoffs, and Corey Mayfield was sitting at a table. They had all the players on the field, signing autographs after the games.
Uh-huh.
Nobody went up to him because he was sitting there with his arms folded like that. He was so upset that they lost that game, and I was afraid to take my kids over there to talk to him. Everybody just left him alone. He sat there with his arm. Oh my God, the look on his face. Well, he was upset.
Yeah, no kidding.
And like you said, a big dude like that, yeah, I wasn't going to mess with him.
Yeah, no thanks. Get him next time, champ.
Yeah.
No, there's none of that.
But Grand Rapids continues to pressure Kelly. Basically telling Kelly, we're going to be in man-to-man. You got to beat us. If you can do it.
So, Dad, of all the Rampage people sorry, Trey.
No, you're good. I was wondering why these Tennessee Titans fans were sitting in the front row. Nashville. Duh. That's right. But go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Dad, like, of all the Rampage guys, because you covered the team for, what was it, 5-6 years. Who was your favorite interview, I guess? I mean, I don't really ask you this stuff normally.
There were a lot of good interviews. A lot of the coaches, a lot of the players. I didn't know what I was doing half the time. I learned how to be a reporter by watching one of the guys from the Grand Rapids press in the press box, and then I'd follow him down on the field, and he was interviewing guys. And so I tried to fashion my technique after him because I thought he was really good. So I wanted to be like him. And I've had all kinds of really good interviews from a lot of players and coaches. I think Steve Tunn, when he was with the Cleveland Gladiators as a head coach, he was a fun guy to interview after a game, especially if they won.
What coach isn't after they win?
Yeah, and Trigg was a great interview too.
What's something you learned? Like, what was the biggest learn for you in terms of interviewing people?
Not to ask stupid questions. I'd be thinking about that while I was still in the press box before I ever went down on the field. What am I going to ask this guy or that guy, or maybe ask the same question to a couple of different guys? But I would think about that before I left the press box to go down to the field, because I didn't want to embarrass myself by asking something stupid.
Right. Yeah, you could always fall back on the generic. Hey, coach, tough loss. What went wrong out there?
Yeah.
What? What do you mean? What went wrong?
Yeah, I tried not to ask stuff like that. But I told you that I went to Oklahoma City and I talked to Trigg after that game and McEwen, and I went into the locker room, the Corpus Christi locker room, and I was talking with Trigg after that game. I can't remember if they won or lost, but he was sitting there and we talked for a few minutes, and he appreciated the fact that I came all the way out there to interview him and do that game. And we said our goodbyes, shook hands, and I'm walking out with my boys, and we get to the other side of the locker room, and he yells out, "Hey!" And I turn around, he goes, "Thanks for giving a bleep about our league." And I thought that was great. I mean, that's the biggest compliment anybody ever gave me, that I went all that way.
That's high praise. That's high praise.
To cover that, yeah. So
I was so bummed. I forget. Yeah, that was 2009, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I was out of high school, so I was probably working a dumb job or going to school or something stupid like that. So I couldn't make that trip with you. Always bummed me out I never got to go to that Oklahoma City game.
That was a long drive.
And what about David Baker? One of the best commissioners I think I've ever seen. I know there's probably a lot more politics behind the scenes that I'm not aware of, but I just thought he was a great face for the league. And whoa.
Yeah, no, he was a very good commissioner.
Well, I think that there's a lot of it. I think the quality of play, certainly Kurt Warner and so many of the other 56 guys that have now gone from the Arena Football League to the NFL, officials, coaches. There's a
nice
lot,
little number drop there, 56 players.
Like John Elway and so many other NFL owners involved has helped a lot, Len.
Speaking of the NFL has an option on 49% of the Arena League. Are they going to exercise that option, and when do they have to exercise it?
Well, obviously that's up to the NFL, but they have until March 31st to decide to exercise it. But we've got about 10 NFL owners who have either been approved or applied or are applying for membership in the Arena Football League. And it's a great partnership. We hope it'll work for the benefit of all football.
It's a sellout, so I think everybody's enjoying it. Thank you.
Lynn. Thanks.
All right, Len, a half the distance to the goal line penalty.
So we got our hoodie giveaway winner checking in here.
Hey.
All right.
Steve, Yankee Tiger 70. Hey guys, just saw the good fortune. FYI, I am the president of Flock Support, the booster club of the Albany Firebirds, also known as Father Flocker. Well, congrats, Father Flocker. You got a hoodie coming your way.
Another piece of Firebird memorabilia coming your way. I'm sure you got a lot.
Tim Capper checking in here. One of 3 arenas I wish I could have seen an AFL game at. Got to bring him back.
Yeah, we would have loved to have you at a game, Tim.
off expecting man in the Arena League, and then if they see the zone, that's when they freelance.
Now we've gone to a few arena. Like I thought Cleveland, when we would go to Cleveland Gladiator games,
Cleveland was really nice.
They were great. We went to an Albany Empire game. I thought they were great there.
Yep.
Trying to think, when the Detroit Fury were around, we'd make the trip across the state to go see our arch rivals in Detroit, and they did pretty good filling up the Palace. Yeah. And they had the meanest mascot. I talked about how Blitz was the best mascot for the Rampage. The Fury had the meanest mascot. We went to a game one time. It was the Rampage versus the Fury there, and the mascot Frenzy, I think his name was walking around with a super soaker, and just went up to some poor kid and just blasted him from like 5 feet away.
Let's go.
And this poor kid holding up because at those games they used to hand out like the little newspaper things as programs. So this poor kid's like holding it up, trying to protect himself from this mascot, and this mascot was just unrelenting, being a savage to this guy.
But
I just remember Dad going, Blitz would never.
But didn't Frenzy also do that to the guy that was trying to make a field goal for a prize, and he was soaking the guy while he was trying to make the kick?
Oh, it wouldn't shock me.
I remember that. Yeah, that's the way I remember it.
See, I remember him doing it in the stands too, and just being like, "What in the world?"
And I've got a bobblehead of Frenzy, but I don't have it here in front of me. It's out in the other room. So sorry, my bad.
Disappointing. Unbelievable. Yeah, I was trying to find a picture of Frenzy, and I pulled up a bobblehead.
I'll show you Michael Baker again. There you go. That's Michael Baker.
Yeah, run it back.
Making a return appearance.
Well, maybe during the next commercial break, Randy, we can wait for you, and you can run out and get it.
I could do that. It's right outside the door.
Yeah, Randy's got quite the collection over there at the World of Football Studio A, as I like to call it. Oh, is that a program from that game?
This is the media guide for their first year from 1998.
Wow.
Right.
Yep.
Mint condition.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That was one thing with him being in that press box. I would always get excited because he'd go up to the press box for a lot of games once he gave up the seats to the kids. Oh, there's the ArenaBowl one. Nice. Look at that view.
Yep. Oh, that's
ArenaBowl program.
Oh, that's great.
But he would always come back with, to start the year, we get the Rampage media guide for the season. And then whatever team came to town, we would get their media guide. And I always loved flipping through those on the car home after the game. I mean, Dad, did you get me a media guide? Like, what 12, 13-year-old kid wants a media guide? I was over the moon about that stuff. So now he's got a bookshelf there at Studio A that is just all media guides from different teams through his years of covering the Arena League.
That's funny.
And they don't even do media guides ananymore. Now it's all online. Go download a PDF. Where back in the day, the media guides. Here's the Rampage. I don't see what year it is, but look how thick that is.
I think that was the 2003 one. That looks familiar.
I'm not sure, but every year they produce it. And so every team that came to Grand Rapids had a stack of these, and they put them in the press box for all the reporters. So if you wanted to look up stats on some guy for the other team. So, yeah, there was always a stack of them. And
that's pretty sweet.
I'd grab one or two every game.
So what you're saying, Dad, is you got so many of those that maybe we could do a media guide giveaway.
There you go.
I don't know if I want to part with any of those.
Yeah, you never know when the 2000 Tampa Bay Storm media guide will come into play.
Hey, that might buy our yacht in Cabo, Randy.
There you go.
I'm just hoping it gets us a couple of burgers at Five Guys.
Or at least a plane ticket to Billings. We can at least do that, right?
There you go. Now we're talking.
I would love to go to Billings for a game this year. We've also talked about maybe going to a game either in Albany against Billings, or maybe the Wilkes-Barre team. What's their new nickname? The Mavericks.
The Mavericks. Yeah. What do you think about? You've been all about them getting their nickname, Randy. You've been like chopping at the bit to find out. What do you think?
Yeah. It's okay. I know Trey had on a podcast or something, you had suggested several, and I thought those were all excellent. And
Yeah,
they all would have made good ones. What were some of the ones you were suggesting? I can't remember them all.
the wildebeest, the Wilkes-Barre wildebeest.
There you go.
The alliteration. I know the alliteration was too much. I was like, you can't not suggest it. Touchdown. Rampage.
Big man touchdown. H. Shaw. I forgot we had a couple Shaws on the team.
Huh. Let's see, Shaw. Harold Shaw.
Harold Shaw.
Harold and Terrell. They both went to Southern Miss, so I'm guessing they're related.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nashville has built their team around defense and
But not like so back to Wilkes-Barre real quick. I like the logo. And I don't know if you noticed that, but on the little pouch, they got the Pioneers P on like the satchel in the logo.
No, I didn't.
I thought that was a nice little nod to the Pioneers.
Yeah, did you see the secondary logo that came out?
Was there a secondary? I guess I must have missed that one.
Yeah, so the main logo, let's see if I can find it. The main logo is the guy on the horse. You can see like the P, but the secondary logo is literally just the guy, the old Davy Crockett guy with like the musket and WBS. It's basically the exact same logo as the Pioneers, as the old Pioneers logo. They just added WBS. So it's like, why didn't they just go Pioneers? It's like just go Pioneers with a fresh coat of paint. Like I don't know, but I think Mavericks is interesting. It should be cool.
Yeah, I don't hate it for sure. I mean, Pioneers obviously would have been the first. We're always about bringing back the old names and all that. I mean, Pioneers would have been a great name, but Mavericks works too.
Yeah. You know me, I hate change of any kind. So when they bring back teams to a city, I want the same uniforms, the same color scheme, the everything the same. But that's just me.
Oh, look at this angle. Love it.
Oh, that's a great angle.
Get him.
Can't find it online, but I think I found it. I took a screenshot of it somewhere on my phone. That secondary logo for the Mavericks. See if I can find it.
Because I mean, I'd love to go check them out too. Like whether Albany, we go to Wilkes-Barre. I'm down for whatever. We always try to plan a couple of football trips during the season. We're talking about going down to Indianapolis for the Fisher's Freight
IFL game.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember we talked about meeting halfway for that. So let's see if we can find a game that works for our schedules.
Okay.
We were kind of looking at that initial home game. I think that was April 4th. April 3rd.
It's the first Friday night in April. Like April 3rd.
Who was it against? Was it against San Diego?
I think that's Tulsa.
Tulsa Oilers.
Yeah, because I really wanted to see Tulsa. You talked up Tulsa last season, like having one of the best organizations. So I just kind of was like, you know what? I'd go see Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa's building up a nice little squad too.
Number 4, linebacker out of the box, decline. We have pass interference. Number 9, defense.
That's no nonsense ref again.
Not having it.
Look at that. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, Trey. That Rampage player on the bench with a bag of ice on his.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Well, let's go back. Oh no. Here, see if you can you see that? Yeah,
okay,
you can see that, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's not too bad. I like that.
That's pretty cool, right?
I like you know what? I actually almost prefer that to their standard logo.
Like you would think this is going to be the helmet. Yeah,
I would hope
this
has
to be
the
the helmet.
Down with that. I like that.
Yeah. Speaking on that camera angle from before, Capper says, great angle, yet they couldn't have a goal line cam.
The days before the GoPro camera could just be installed in that little pylon to get that angle.
All right, 4's up, boys. 4's up entering the fourth quarter.
Oh, man. Bare naked ladies, guys. Ace of base. Here you go.
Brandon's gonna
This is
start
Randy's
dancing
jam
here.
right
Yeah,
here.
I see.
That's
it.
my
Yeah.
jam.
He might have had that cassette in the car. I am not sure.
I think I had that on 8-track.
Now you're really dating yourself.
How important is it to take a lead into the fourth quarter of the Arena Bowl? The numbers, folks, tell the story. They're a perfect 14-0.
Terrence Ames checking in. He was offensive lineman from Billings last year. What's up, TA? It's going to be in Corpus Christi this upcoming season, so excited to see what they got going on down there.
Oh.
Well, double pass? No. No.
To the big man, too.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on.
I do not recall that play. I must have been out getting nachos or something. That was something else.
Wow.
Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
All
sweet.
right. So I'm going to get Ben Johnson on the line and have him do that.
Yep.
But throw it to Penei Sewell. There we go. That was awesome. If it counts, I don't know if he was across the line of scrimmage or not.
It almost looked like a forward pass. That first
Yeah,
one from Kelly. Wow, yeah, they said it was backwards pass.
Wow. Heck of a play. I'm not even mad about that. Shoot.
Yeah, I'm clipping that. That's going to be.
Yeah, we'll
be
let him
coming-
have that
coming-
one.
Yeah,
Man.
that looked very close.
It was
let's go
sometimes
back.
hard to be mad. Even when a play like that went against you, it's hard to be mad. Like, it's like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. Like, I'm impressed.
So his right
Yeah,
foot on the line, ball in his right hand. Where does he catch it?
Oh, he catches
I
it
was
right
like,
behind the
line.
line.
That was like 3 inches behind the line.
Man.
That's
12-year-old
that is-
Adam definitely threw his nachos during that play.
that's an awesome play.
Now, through these series of videos, Trey, are you going to be clipping out your favorite plays and making like a top 10 list? Because
I might have to. Like this play in particular might inspire that. This rules.
that was awesome.
Like let's get this. Let's get this in the hands of some AFL teams this year. Like let's see some double passes. Come on. Let's get funky.
Heck yeah. Man. Yep, not even mad about that. What a wild play. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of like I want to say it was 2003. We attended a Rampage game that went 82-81 in overtime against the Rattlers. And the Rampage lost that game, spoiler alert. But at the end of the game, we were just exhausted and just aghast at how insane that game was that we were like, we're not even mad that we lost this game. Like, that was one of the greatest arena football games I've ever experienced. And my team lost.
Yeah, we had 4 chances at a 1st and goal from the 1. 4 running plays we could not, or I might have even been a pass or 2.
They
4
might have
plays
put
we could not
in
get
there.
it, and that would have won the game. But man, that was a 2-point conversion. That's what it was.
Okay, but it stinks that I don't know if that game can be found anywhere. That's the sucky part, because it wasn't like a nationally broadcast game. I don't even know if local TV technically had it, or if the Arena League had their streaming service at the time. The AFL, I forget what the website was that they would stream games at. But there were definitely a few times, especially during this championship run, I remember, because the internet was in its infancy at that time. I remember we would watch Rampage scores on the internet, and it would just be that slow, like, little down marker, and the ball would move like a few inches, and it would tell you what happened during that play. And we watched.
Oh yeah,
we would watch an entire game like that, just on pins and needles, like how the Rampage do.
Yeah, that's how we watched some of their away games on the internet. Was we go to the Rampage website, and there's a little picture of the field, and it'd show you where the ball was, and it would tell you 1st and 10, or 5-yard pass to so and so. All the stats were there. You had to read all this stuff, and then you had to wait because the modem was slow, and
A little bit of
dial-up modem.
imagination. Yeah.
And
Then mom would try to make a phone call to your aunt, and you'd be
Oh
like,
my
"Mom,
God.
we can't right now. We need to know what's about to happen."
Dalzell's driving, Mom. Hang on.
It can't be this important, Ma.
Oh, fumble by Avery.
Mm.
Well, here's the down that the quarterbacks don't like very much in the Arena League, and that's the old third down. Amazing to watch Thornton's choice of where he wants to go.
All right, let's see here.
He's coming in motion. Watch him.
Oh, what a hit.
Man.
He's still slinging it.
That's a
And
big hit.
And it's only a 9-point game, so like at this point, I mean, Nashville easily get another stop and could, make it a ball game.
100%. Look at that hit. Ooh,
Oof.
that's targeting. Targeting in today's game.
Yeah, that.
He leads with the helmet. He gets twisted around.
Defenseless receiver.
yeah.
That.
Ooh.
Big hit. Good Lord. Great
2001
catch.
hits are just different.
You see the catch by the guy in the front row? Look at this. Great
Nice
little
little souvenir.
quick grab there. Too easy for Dalzell. My guy is
Another
freshly concussed, still getting out there.
Right.
He's right back
Another
to Terrell
underrated
Shaw.
element of the Arena game was, the ball's going into the stands. What a nice touch that was always back in the day.
Right.
Getting to keep the souvenir. And in Grand Rapids, especially, Clint Dalzell would try to make it a point, I feel like, sometimes to try to get it to the upper deck. Like, you guys don't ever get stuck. There was one game he definitely heaved it up our way, and I was ready for it. And I think it was like a couple seats in front of us, but man, he got it up in there. Oh, through his hands.
Got to thinking about it.
Yeah, I forget what year it was, but the Rampage team was inducted into the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame, and they had a dinner, and they had a lot of the players come to that, and I attended that. And so there is a plaque on the wall at the Van Andel Arena for that team, the 2001 championship team, and it's got the logo on it and everything.
What do you mean championship team? We got 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Randy.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Oh
about?
my God, get over it, will you?
This is 9 point. It's Nashville's game still, man. They can pull this out.
Andy Kelly's a slinger. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, Dalzell looks a little off right now. I'm not liking this.
Yeah. It's turning into a sweat before our eyes.
You live in your fantasy world, and I'll live in mine.
So we try to leave you half the time. 3rd and 10. Oh, look at him commanding that offense.
Let's go. You'll love to see that.
Here's the 3rd down, and this is huge for the Rampage.
Oh,
Nice.
Big time conversion.
You see that
Big
offensive
time.
line push? They just gave him all the time.
Oh, yeah. They bounced him out the club.
Oh,
That was good.
it's like watching Penei Sewell just taking 2 guys and getting rid of them.
Just dumping them.
It was awesome.
Seeing a couple new names in the chat here. If you're just joining us, we're with Adam and Randy Snow from the World of Football, Grand Rapids Rampage super fans. Go give them a follow on socials if you don't already. I'm a pretty big fan myself, not to brag, but go follow them on. Go subscribe to them on YouTube. All that fun stuff. They do a good job, and they touch on not just Arena. They touch on NFL. They touch on leagues I've never heard of. Like CFL. They talk about Japanese leagues. They all over the place. So if you're a fan of any type of football, these are your guys.
You get that?
That's down Grand Rapids.
That's number
Let's go.
5.
Terrell Shaw.
Number 5. An Arena Bowl
And a little
record.
backflip. Let's go.
Woo! That gave me chill, like literal chills. And not only do we talk
5 touchdowns. Wow.
Yeah. Not only do we talk NFL, CFL, Trey, indoor football, Japan, we would talk lingerie football league, but I had to put a stop to that. Randy was just really obsessed with that lingerie football league, and I was just like, I think that's one too many, Randy.
Listen, he loves the gridiron. Okay,
it's coming back in 2006, and I'm going to see if I can get a press pass.
Listen. Somebody's got to cover the game. It's the world of football. Hello.
That's right.
I mean, if they send us a couple of press passes, Randy, I mean, that would be hard to turn down.
Yeah.
Look at that backflip. Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
Well, they don't call it the lingerie league anymore. It's the X League.
That's in Japan, too. I'm surprised Japan doesn't sue them for that.
So, yeah, same name.
Oh, there's the mascot there. Right here.
Oh, yeah, Blitz right there.
That's Blitz.
Oh.
Yep, that's our guy.
Greatest arena football mascot ever, and I will hear no debate about it.
He could throw a spiral 50 yards, and he could run like nobody's business on that field.
Oh. That Carpenter guy's pretty good.
You know, Trey, we got our friend Greg who sends in, info on the Japan League. If you want to cover the American X League, the lingerie league for us, I mean, we can hook you up. We could use a correspondent.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. See if I can get the permission slip signed for that.
There's no money in it for you, though. But the perks would be awesome.
Yeah, it's for the love of the game. Yeah.
The satisfaction of knowing you did a job well done.
That word choice was incredible there. Yeah.
I'm trying to give you sound bites. Am I working? Is it working?
Nailing it.
It's
doing a
working,
great job.
Randy.
That shirt looks great on you.
I can't remember the last time I've seen you work so hard, Randy, and we've got a podcast we do every week.
It's past my bedtime, and I'm high on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he's all hyped up on Mountain Dew right now. Yeah.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Okay, yeah, look at this, Brett. So I remember being like, I thought San Jose would be the team that if Grand Rapids made, that was the team that we would have to play eventually. Like I was worried about the Storm too, but Indiana took care of them. The Rush were in their first season, and they won their first round game to play Grand Rapids. That was also a good game. I remember.
Did 12 teams make the playoffs?
Yeah, it was. I think 4 teams got buys. So yeah, it was. I want to say it was 12 teams.
Jeez.
It was not. I liked the way they did their bracket that year, like because it wasn't like conferences. It was just 1 through 12. First 4 got buys.
Right.
Well, but they're showing Grand Rapids against Chicago and then Grand Rapids against Indiana. I don't think anybody had a bye. I think it was just 8 teams that year.
No, because the Rush beat
11.
The Rush beat somebody in the first round to play Grand Rapids. So the top 4 seeds had buys. I'm sure I could find that.
Go to arenafan.com and check that out because they have all the stats and all the. That is my go-to source. Just because I wrote for them for 20 years or more doesn't mean that it's not a good site.
I'll pull up the bracket. So in the first round, the Rush beat the Predators in the wild card round.
Wow. Okay.
The Predators were a 6th seed, and they beat the Predators 41-26.
Okay.
Indiana beat Carolina, who was the 12th seed, 58-41. The Toronto Phantoms beat the 9th seed New York Dragons 64-57.
Wow.
And then the Arizona Rattlers beat the Detroit Fury 52-44 in that first round.
Okay.
So the 2 expansion teams, Detroit and Chicago, were expansion teams that year. So they got into the playoffs. Chicago at least got to the quarterfinals. But because it was 2001 was their high mark, right? That was the year they had the 19 teams, and that was like their biggest lineup ever, right?
I don't remember the exact year, but yes, 19 was the most they ever had. in a single season.
That's just crazy. 12 out of 19 teams made the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, made for some entertaining games. I want to say I remember watching one of those first round games because I was curious who would end up playing Grand Rapids. And I want to say I remember one of those first. I can't remember which one I watched. It was so long ago. Or if Randy didn't put it on the VHS tape, I probably couldn't tell you. Polk again.
Nope. Yeah, what?
Yeah,
he was
Hammond's gotta
excited,
catch that.
and even Blitz ran out on the field after that play.
3rd and 19. Good Lord. Oh, Fleming. Oh.
Oh, that fan interfered with me.
Saying fan interference. Oh.
Well, I thought he had his hands all over him when he was jumping up to catch that ball, was it or not?
Oh, no. What's the call here?
Throw him out of the arena.
It's a huge call here. Looks like it's going to go against Grand Rapids.
We had a play unique only to Arena football. We had fan interference on the play. The receiver still had a chance to catch the ball. The down will be repeated.
Did he put a little sass on the beginning of that?
He did.
What did he say?
We had a play unique only to Arena football. We had fan interference.
We have a play unique only to Arena football.
The down will be repeated. 3rd down.
Yeah, you're going to want to clip that one out. That goes up there with the Canadian referee who had 3 great sounders this past season. Most of them involving the scoreboard up there in British Columbia. And then when we were at the Grey Cup, him fumbling the coin toss.
Oh, yeah.
Which made the Sports Center rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, he let the guy call it, but he hadn't told him which was head and which was tails.
I'm surprised. Okay, in this game, I'm surprised this didn't happen more often. And look at this Clint Dolezal lookalike sitting there in the front row.
Yeah, is that his brother? Who is that?
Yeah, it does look like him.
Okay, yeah, just wave. Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
I caused the penalty.
I caused the fan interference.
Oh, another
Again.
flag.
Oh.
Jojo Polk.
I don't think Trigg smiled at all during this game. Like, even when they were up big.
Yeah.
He was all
He
business.
was very intense. Yep, all business.
Just like this ref.
Oh, you can see it. Decline.
Illegal formation offense.
Tight end was covered. Oh, Andy, it's now or never. 4th and 19. Good God, that's an eternity.
Come on, D.
Sailed it. Wow.
And no flag.
Dolezal said 3 stops. That's the 3rd stop. Wow, what a
I don't know.
great defensive play.
It's a heck of a play.
He rips it out. What is this?
You want to talk football? Then let's talk arena football. 15 seasons of heart stopping, helmet popping, fan-friendly football. Wow, furious, in your face, in your.
What a commercial.
Heck yeah. So many great old uniforms. This is what AF1 needs now. All that grab.
Is it 5/16 or 9/32? Does it take a standard socket or metric? What usually
I want that wrench.
Gator grip.
It works on over 1,000 nuts, bolts, and fasteners. Watch, no matter what size fastener.
Sorry, I'm
They
writing a
don't even make those
timestamp
anymore.
down.
Square nut.
You're good. I'm
Let's
loving
go.
this Gator grip commercial. It does everything.
1995 plus a parade.
1995.
Here we go. Okay, what is he talking about here?
You really, oh, come on. Really. And around his back. He's holding on to his back. What is Joe doing? You guys, this is Joe. I'm telling you right now. Mark my words. I'll bet you this is an instructional video. I'll bet you.
Wow.
Michael Baker.
Wow. He said this will be an instructional video.
Oh, what do you think, Trey? I thought that was clean. He didn't get his hands. He was just on his back, like didn't touch him, didn't interfere with
Yeah,
him.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's go back real quick. I don't think he was tugging.
No, I don't think he tugged out. He was just kept his chest on his back and then
No,
made the
that's
play at the
clean.
right
That's a
moment.
good play.
He was going for
That's
the
a good
ball.
play.
He almost took it away from him.
Yeah, it's just some politicking by
Yeah.
old Nashville coach. Yeah, that running clock up until a minute. When you're on the wrong end of it, it's like please stop.
Right. But man, it helped move the game along so much. Like you'd be at the game, and before you knew it, you're like, wow, that was the first quarter. Like,
Well, you
dang.
think about it, the last minute of each half is like standard rules. If you had that the entire game,
Right. Oh, you'd be there for like 5 hours.
it'd be 179 to 168 in like every single game.
Well, shoot, what are we doing? That's what I want to see.
You know what? I just talked myself into it. Let's go.
Over to Justin.
He turned it. It was Terrell Shaw being worked on by trainers. So they're putting more tape on his right ankle. He turned it. But they said he's going back in the ball game. He said he was going back in the ball game because Terrell is a warrior.
12 for 172 and 5 touchdowns. Good Lord.
Heck yeah.
Be a better receiver. He wanted tips just before the game, Britton Garrett.
Yeah, heck yeah. You're having the game of your life. Why not stay out there? Shoot.
Yeah. You got 9 months to be tired.
He has done everything they have asked of him.
Get another touchdown.
Yeah. Keep it going.
Wearing number 15 and trying to wrap up Super Bowl 15.
Musburger just called this Super Bowl 15.
Yeah. Is that number 6?
Yeah, there's a flag on the play.
Oh no.
Oh, it's
Oh, that's
coming
not
back.
good.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was close that time, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe he was offsides on that
Streak into that
on that
end zone.
motion.
On the motion man, number 15, 5-yard penalty.
They give you a little wiggle room, but not that much wiggle room.
Yeah, that didn't happen as much as you'd think it would. I'm surprised that didn't get called more often.
Yeah, he was a full 4 yards past the line of scrimmage. He was way beyond.
Cover him anyway. You know, in their previous 9 possessions, Grand Rapids with 8 touchdowns and 1 field goal. Nashville has been stopped 3 times here today. That's your difference in this Arena League Championship game. Pump fake.
Ooh, little play action screen.
Oh,
Oh man, what a play.
Demo Odoms.
I remember that name.
Was he the same player that they faked the screen to?
In this Arena League
I think he might have been. Fake the screen. He runs up the middle.
Oh yeah, he just shook that defender and just
That's a great play. Demo Odoms. Fake screen. And then he just streaks right up the middle. Dude falls and nobody's with him.
yep.
Oh,
Doesn't get much easier than that.
that's pretty sweet. It's a
Mhm.
sweet play design.
missing again on the extra point, and and it's live.
A very uncharacteristic Brian Gowan's game. I guess I didn't remember this being.
Yeah, it's a good thing this didn't come down to the wire for a field goal. Otherwise, might have been in a little trouble.
Then he started spreading it around a little bit.
Was that 7 for Dolezal?
Yep, I think 7 touchdowns. Yeah.
7? Sheesh.
Back to Terrell. All year their defense. Nashville. So proud all year.
Oh, see, there's one of those balls I want.
Guys, we got to track that guy down. Arena Bowl record at the time. Arena Bowl record, 64. Corey Mayfield was in a little better spirits.
Yeah. Get out of the end zone or you're going to get a rouge. Oh, wait, I guess that rule didn't come till later.
Not yet. This year it would, yeah. How do you guys feel about the rouge in Arena Bowl? I like it. I think it makes sense.
I don't mind it. Dad on the other hand.
It's okay. I mean, I can maybe see giving up a point if you don't get out of the end zone. Yes, I don't like the 2 points if you get it, the deuce. If you put it through
you don't
the
like the deuce.
You don't like?
I talked about this before. What?
No.
Get out of here, man.
Like the deuce.
Hot take.
The rouge
man.
maybe, but I would be fine if they did away with both of them.
I get where you're coming from. I don't think there's enough risk involved for the deuce in arena football with the nets. With IFL, I think there's plenty of risk because if you miss the deuce, the other team gets the ball midfield. So it's like, you want to go for 2 points? Well, if you don't get it, the other team gets it at the 20. But in arena, if you miss it, it just bounces off the net. So it's like, I could see it, but more points is more points at the end of the day.
I'd be curious, Trey, if you go back again and rewatch some of these old games, if you secretly kept track of if those points would add up.
How many
nowadays,
deuces?
Yeah,
like Grand Rapids would be up by. Yeah, the Grand Rapids would be up 70-42 right now. Like it adds up quick.
It does. Now the 4-point extra point play they had last season, while it made for some entertaining finishes, I wasn't super crazy about that.
I love the chaos element it brought to the game, just because we saw Billings Albany, right?
Right.
Like
that's what I'm saying. We got some fantastic stuff out of it, but man,
absolutely, we got some great moments out of it. I understand it. When I was talking to Gary Compton a few months ago, he was talking about simplifying the rules and just being like, we need it to be more accessible to the common football fan.
Right.
Explain a 1, 2, 3, and 4-point conversion to a common football fan. You will break their brains. Like, we're not trying to break brains here. We're trying to grow the game.
Well, it all goes back to I hate change, so just leave it the way it was back in 2001. It was perfect. Why mess with it?
There you go. Oh no!
Ooh. Oh,
just
recovery by. Oh,
no, they blew it dead. A touchback.
Touchback.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Wow, what a backbreaker.
Brutal.
Especially in the 1 minute timing rules. Oof.
Just that type of game for old Nashville here.
That was a heck of a catch. Heck of a throw, too. Look at that spiral.
Just absolutely crushed it. Oh, he just punched it out. Was it J.J. Polk?
I didn't catch who that was.
Yeah, Polk. Punched it out.
There you go. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Saying his
play.
name all game.
Yeah, what a play.
7 touchdowns he threw.
Oh.
45 seconds to go. That's an eternity.
I know, right? Like, and it's
I
tough
really-
to ice it. You can't go for it, Trey.
I was gonna say I really like the rule of you have to gain positive yardage for it. Like I love eliminating the kneel down. I think that's so good.
Yep.
So many IFL games last year were nail biters down to the finish, but then they just kneeled it 3 times and it was over. I'm like, God, this could have been iconic if we had that rule.
Yep.
All
Again,
hey, goodbye,
things were-
chance. Go.
Things were always better in the past. That's my motto.
Zell, who's played every snap this year, gets hurt on a hand.
Look at that tough man right there.
Oh boy, look at that.
Oh, he's cursing up a storm right now.
That's Sparky McEwen there, offensive coordinator.
Fumbles the snap, and when he goes to fumble, I don't know if he got his leg underneath him or what.
Oh, that was just weird. What happened?
Boy, he is giving.
He just fumbled the snap somehow.
Get a yard.
Yeah. Oh, backup quarterback in.
Last 30 seconds of the season. Bring him in.
It's all right, Clint.
Just take a seat, Clint. You earned it.
You've earned it. Yeah, buddy.
What a bummer, though. You play every snap of the season, and then you're not on the field when the clock hits 0.
Yeah.
Dang it. That sucks.
I'm sure he'd prefer getting the win than having to be on the field, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at this. Only in arena football could you be kicking it from your own end zone.
60-yard field goal right there. 8-yard end zones, 50-yard field, 2 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, that's a deep one. Whew. All right, Andy. See what we got here.
20 seconds.
Meanwhile, 20 minutes later, there's still 20 seconds left in the game.
It's like, God, real time. This 1 minute is forever. Oh, Grand Rapids is rocking. Oh. They're trying to get you a souvenir there. Trying to go through the net.
Would have been nice. I was already ecstatic that day. That would have made it just that much better.
See if they can bust out the 22-point play real quick.
Right.
Another net ball. Wow. Buzzer goes off. Grand Rapids is the champs.
Yep.
Hey, Dad, that footage there looked like you interviewing Gary Compton.
Well, the camera pointed at the ground.
Yeah,
Just
pointed
chaos.
at the feet.
Oh, there's
Hey,
Blitz in the action.
And
What
here
a
comes the
moment.
confetti.
I'm pretty sure for years we'd saved some of that confetti. Like we got to go out on the field after. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I think my sister got scooped up a handful and had it for years.
I was about to say, I'm surprised Randy didn't reach into his pocket just now and pull out some of the confetti. Like, you mean this?
Even if it wasn't confetti from that game, Randy, what a missed opportunity. Goodness gracious.
I would have bought it 100%. I would have believed it.
Yeah.
But no, we were there in the crowd. It took us a while to get down on the field because everybody wanted to go down on the field, and
Yeah.
Of course.
and, that's where I wound up standing next to David Baker while he was talking to some other people, and just being as close to him, seeing just how huge that man was. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I think I looked it up on the first turf tapes. He was like 6'9", 6'9", 400 at one point, like just like mountain of a man.
And somewhere in your basement, Dad, I'm pretty sure I have one of those hats. Somewhere.
Oh, could be.
And we got about
Look at that
3
trophy,
minutes.
man.
Oh, look at this thing.
That was the last year that they did the big trophy like that. The big
Jim Foster Trophy.
that version of it, yeah. Because
The
then
original Jim Foster Trophy.
Yeah, because then the next year they went to that sleeker. I still thought it was a good looking Arena Bowl trophy, but the SaberCats the next year would win the new sleek one.
Yeah, a lot more shiny.
Yeah.
Because then I remember when they did that, they went back and gave that to a lot of the teams that had won Arena Bowl. So like Grand Rapids got one of the new ones in replacement, and I remember us getting our picture taken with that, I believe, because they had
That's
that
kind of cool
foyer out at some of the games.
And I didn't even realize this until a year or two ago when somebody actually gave this to me. It is a Rampage championship ring in Lucite.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's got the Rampage logo on it.
Pretty sure it's a replica.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying.
It's real.
This is so cool. This is so cool. That's one of the best souvenirs I've got.
All right, Dad, David Baker's talking.
Grand Rapids, you are a major league town.
You are a major league town. Yes.
Jim Foster.
In the Arena Football League, we want to present this championship, the Foster Trophy, to Coach Mike Trigg, Clint Dozell.
He's getting hammered by this.
David Green and all of the ownership players in the town of Grand Rapids for the Grand Rapids Rampage.
Okay, Coach Trigg.
What a moment.
Talk to us about this ball game. You dominate this ball game from beginning to end.
I don't know about dominate. We've just been fortunate that we've had a lot of depth this year. A lot of guys have been able to step up. Losing Michael Baker was really tough, and we were able to rally behind his loss and maybe give us the inspiration we needed to win the game.
Coach, congratulations. We'll be sure we'll see more of you next year. Thank you.
Thanks to God. Thank you very much.
Oh, there's Evan Randy right there. No. They're come running on the field.
Now you can. He had 3 little kids, all under the age of 12. He's trying to wrangle up, so it took us a while to get down there.
Trying to make sure I didn't lose anybody.
So long, everybody.
Oh, that was a blast from the past, man. Thank you for inviting us to do this. That was fun.
Absolutely. Please, that was fun getting some firsthand experience from you guys and being able to chop it up a little bit with y'all. I enjoy World of Football, and if you're watching, listening here, go check out their show if you haven't already. I'm sure if you listen to Off the Wall, you probably listen to World of Football, but big fans of what they're doing over there. Where can people follow you guys on socials?
We are at TWOF Kalamazoo on Facebook, Instagram, and X, which used to be Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find our website at theworldoffootball.com. What am I missing, Adam?
YouTube.com/@theworldoffootball.
Big one.
Yep. And Trey, we want to say, you've been doing the Arena Lords work as well over here with Off the Wall. I absolutely love everything you do. I love that you're doing this show. I love that you got more stuff coming. I'm excited to see what you got coming down the pipeline. And I'm excited that you bought one of our stinking shirts because, dang, man, like it's a little surreal seeing somebody actually like wearing one of our shirts.
Let me tell you the story. Off camera, I'll tell you the story about getting this shirt. It was a whole hassle and a half, but we got there. Tim,
well, now I got to get an Off the Wall shirt and then do it to you at some point.
Tim Gabbard says you can find
Tim.
Randy at Ask Jeeves.
Yep.
By summer, he'll be washing his car with that shirt, probably.
But yeah, happy to support World of Football. Happy you guys could join.
Oh, look at that.
Couple of last souvenirs. This was the ticket for the first game of the 2002 season against the Detroit Fury on God, what was it? April 20th, 2002. Yeah. But yeah, it had our seat number and everything. So this was the actual ticket for the first game of the following season after we won that
that's awesome.
Arena Bowl.
You know, at 12 years old, if I could have gotten a tattoo, it would have been that Arena Bowl champion logo they came up with.
There's still time.
And Adam, you don't know this. We're remodeling our house, so I've been going through a lot of stuff, throwing out a bunch of stuff. I found something today that even Adam doesn't know about. This is a team banner for the Rampage, and
sealed.
I've never taken it out of the bag.
What?
Yep, it's a Rampage banner. I was almost going to pull it out and put it behind me today, but I don't know what kind of shape this thing is in. I may have to take it out, maybe wash it, iron it. But if it's still in good shape, you might see it at some point in the future. But yeah, I found this today. Didn't even know I had it. A Rampage banner.
Love that. Love that. Well, guys, I really appreciate you hopping on here, and we'll have to do it again sometime. We'll definitely check back in as arena and indoor football season approaches. It's after next week. We're 3 months away from that, so it's going to be here before we know it. But everyone who watched, whether you're watching live, watching the replay, joining the comments, really appreciate you guys. If you can follow Off the Wall on all the socials as well, subscribe, like all that stuff on YouTube, it will help out a lot as we continue to get this thing going. So we'll wrap up the stream here. Really appreciate everyone for hopping on here, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Adam, Randy. Really appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Sorry for being a spoiler, but man, this is fun.
Yeah, see, next time now we need a game he can't remember.
Yeah, we'll find week 3 Arizona versus Texas Terror. Like, we'll find one of those.
There we go.
I was at that game.
Oh. All right, take it easy, guys.